A violent pounding shook my front door, making my daughter flinch. Before I could reach the handle, the lock clicked, and the door creaked open. Someone had unlocked it from outside. Karen, from the HOA, stood there, waving a shiny key like a weapon. Her voice snapped through the air, "This is my neighborhood, not yours. You're trespassing." My chest tightened with anger, but I stayed calm. She stormed inside as if she owned the place, pointing at the walls like a landlord. "Pack up, you're done here." Then, in a voice rehearsed for drama, she pulled out her phone and shouted, "Officer! Hurry, arrest him, he's breaking in right now." I froze. My own home, and she had just called the cops. My little girl clutched my arm, whispering, "Dad, what's happening?" I whispered back, "It's okay, sweetheart. She doesn't know the truth." Minutes later, flashing lights cut through the night. A uniformed officer stepped up, serious expression locked on his face. Karen shoved the stolen key toward him. "Proof." I caught him red-handed. The officer stayed quiet. Then boots echoed behind me. My wife stepped out from the kitchen, still in her police uniform, badge gleaming in the porch light. Karen's face drained of color. Her voice cracked. That badge isn't real. She's faking it." But my wife didn't flinch. Calmly, she stepped forward, her presence commanding. "Ma'am, I'm with the department. Unless you want charges for unlawful entry, step outside." The officer glanced at her badge. His hand shifted away from his holster. Karen's bravado faltered. She flailed the stolen key in the air. "This proves everything. He doesn't live here. The HOA decides who stays." I stepped forward, voice steady though my hands shook. "Funny thing about that key, it's mine. You copied it, didn't you?" Her face turned pale, but she doubled down. "Arrest them, they're liars." My wife raised her radio slowly. "Dispatch, I need backup. HOA board member trespassing with a stolen key." Karen panicked. "Wait, I was just trying to keep order." But the cracks were showing. Her fake authority was collapsing. Then, she laughed harshly. "You think wearing a costume makes you powerful? This whole neighborhood answers to me." Her hand slapped a paper against my chest. "Official HOA notice. 72 hours to leave." I scanned it. No seal, no signature, no lawyer. Just bold letters printed on cheap paper. "This is fake," I said, holding it up. Karen's smile froze. "No, it's real. I run this HOA." My wife's voice cut like steel. "Then you'll have no problem explaining this forgery downtown." Karen's hands trembled, but she screamed louder. "You can't touch me. I already called backup." Two men in mismatched uniforms walked up the driveway. Badges that didn't match, belts without equipment. Fake cops. Karen's grin widened. "There. Arrest him now. End this fraud." My daughter squeezed my hand tight, fear in her eyes. But inside, I almost smiled. Karen had just made her biggest mistake. The imposters strutted forward, pretending authority. "Sir, you're under arrest." I cut him off. "Do you even know what address you're standing on?" My wife's voice thundered. "Enough. Those uniforms are fake. Impersonating law enforcement is a felony." The real officer's head snapped toward them. "Is that true?" His hand dropped to his weapon. The men stammered. We're private security." "Private security doesn't wear police uniforms," my wife snapped. "And they don't arrest homeowners." Karen hissed at them. "Do it, or you'll lose your jobs." One man went pale, whispering to his partner before backing away. My wife's radio crackled. "Unit 7, backup en route." 3 minutes. Karen's smirk shattered into fear. "Wait. This is a misunderstanding. They work for me." Too late. The real officer's expression hardened. "Ma'am, you crossed the line. There's no walking back." Red and blue lights flooded the street. Neighbors stepped outside, whispering, recording. Karen's perfect image began to crumble under their eyes. Backup officers rushed forward. My wife briefed them. 2 suspects impersonating police. 1 HOA member trespassing and attempting illegal eviction. Karen shrieked. "They're lying. He's a squatter. She's covering for him." She turned to the neighbors. "You all know me. I run this place." But the neighbors didn't nod. A man shouted, "You towed my truck for no reason." A woman added, "You fined me for flowers in my yard." Voices rose, one after another. The same people Karen had bullied were finally speaking out. The taller fake cop tried to flee but was slammed against a cruiser. The shorter one dropped his badge, muttering, "I didn't sign up for this." Karen backed up, desperation breaking her voice. "I'm the victim. They're dangerous." That's when my wife calmly pulled a small USB drive from her pocket. "Everything's on here. Security footage. Fake notices. Recorded threats. You're done. Karen's knees buckled. You spied on me. No, my wife said. We protected ourselves. Every fake rule, every threat, every lie, all recorded. The crowd buzzed. Neighbors laughed. So much for the queen of the HOA. Karen spun wildly, pointing at them. You owe me respect. Without me, this place is chaos. The officer stepped forward. Ma'am, you're under arrest for trespassing, attempted unlawful eviction, and conspiracy with impersonators. Karen lunged at me, shrieking. It's his fault. Arrest him. My wife twisted her wrist, forcing her down. The cuffs clicked shut. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Karen screamed as she was dragged to the squad car. You can't do this. I own this neighborhood. I leaned close and whispered, not anymore. For the first time, she had no comeback. Neighbors filmed as she kicked and thrashed. The fake cops confessed. She paid us. We thought it was legal. Karen's face twisted. Shut up. Don't drag me into this. But the crowd roared louder, enjoying the fall of the bully who had tormented them for years. One neighbor approached me. We thought you were just quiet. Didn't know your wife was a cop. I smiled. She doesn't wear the badge at home. But tonight, she had to. My wife nodded to the officer. Tomorrow I'll deliver the full case file. Emails, footage, witness statements. She's run this wall like her personal kingdom too long. The officer replied firmly. Then it ends here. Karen's screams faded as the squad car pulled away. For the first time in months, silence felt peaceful. My daughter looked up. Dad, is she gone for good? I knelt beside her. Yes, sweetheart, she'll never scare anyone again. But I knew it wasn't just about Karen. It was about every bully who thought they could strip families of their homes. And I was ready to make sure no one ever tried again. The morning sun rose, warm and free. Neighbors gathered, smiling, sharing coffee, finally united. The fear Karen built was gone, replaced by something stronger, community. An elderly veteran shook my hand. I fought for this country, for land, for freedom. Watching you stand your ground tonight, it mattered. His words struck deep. I looked at my wife, my daughter, and felt fire in my chest. This wasn't just survival, it was victory. Karen's SUV was gone. Her reign ended. Justice wasn't just served, it was witnessed. Proof and truth, not fists, had won. I wrapped my arm around my wife and whispered firmly, I didn't fight for this country just to be told I can't live in my own home. Not by her, not by anyone. As the flag at the street corner rippled in the wind, I knew one thing for certain. My family was safe, and the neighborhood finally understood what freedom really means.